Welcome to Ready, Set, Question, a place dedicated to building faith one question at a time. Hey, I've just got a few minutes in my car here real quick, but I wanted to let you in on what the Deep Questions Club is. Yes, I am a co-director with my partner in crime, Jane Pantig, over at UCLA and Santa Monica College. And recently we just went to Big Bear to get away, get out of the city, talk about deep questions, and dive into the big topics of life that most of us don't take the time to dive into. And you know, there's three different ways to look at, does truth exist, or how did we get here, or what's the meaning of life, or why is there so much evil, and what happens when we die? And that's through three different lenses: through the atheistic lens, the theistic lens, or through Eastern philosophy. And so that's what our club is about. It's through a large organization called Ratio Christi, which is the reasonableness of Christ. And so what we do is we offer a safe place for people who are Christian, people who are non-Christian, people who might be atheist or Eastern, philosophically minded, and we get to come together and talk about these deep questions and the reasonableness, the logic, the scientific data, and we ask each other, what is the best way to answer these deep questions of life? So we got away on a retreat up in Big Bear. We had such a fun time, and check out what Jane and some of my other coworkers and some of the students that went on the trip have to say about our time there.
This is our first ever retreat, and we've had just an amazing time with the students from UCLA, UCI, Santa Monica College, some people from Biola.
I've had a lot of deep questions in my own life, and a science professor when I was in college asked me the question, how can a good God send people to hell? And I didn't know how to answer that.
Well, I like getting away to just talk to people, drink excessive amounts of soda.
I really wanted to make the time for it because I really want to grow myself in apologetics and answering those questions. And I think this is kind of a great forum to not only ask questions myself, but hear questions, be challenged by them, and see how I can kind of work to better be equipped to answer those questions down the line.
I wish I'd had a group like this to kind of talk me through some of the harder, deeper questions of life.
I'd say the community of it, everyone interacting and stuff, different walks of life and whatnot.
We talk at our meetings on campuses. We might get a chance to talk a couple hours at the most, but we spent hours and hours last night talking, or also while we're hiking or playing disc golf or even playing games.
Willie's invited me. He's like, yo man, we're gonna go up into the woods, doing tons of fun activities, play some Mafia, play some board games, some Jenga. And you know what? All those deep questions we always talk about, we're gonna throw that in there too. So I was like, all right.
Everybody here is a talker. Everybody wants to really discuss these things, and it's just amazing how deep you can get when you have a full weekend.
I don't know, I really like playing disc golf.
It's really been incredible. We've been out here in the woods in Big Bear, and the weather has been beautiful. We played disc golf yesterday.
Good trip, good talk, get outdoors, get away from myself.
Nice change of pace from normal life.
And there's snow, so we've been throwing snowballs at each other.
Big Bear on our Deep Questions Ratio Christi retreat, and we got stuck in a blizzard. Oh no!
It was awesome. We got to hang out in nature and have a lot of deep discussions and learn a lot about neurology and physics and all sorts of mind-blowing things.
One of the conversations that we got into is about randomness and how true randomness doesn't exist.
Well, we were talking last night a lot about the soul. Do we have an immaterial soul? How can we know that we do?
Besides that, roasted gummy worms are the best thing ever.
Evil artifact. You know what I mean? Like just the swastikas.
I would say that, no matter where a person comes from in their life or whatever their background is, the perspective, that if you really lead them down a logical and introspective way to answer apologetic questions, that sooner or later they'll kind of come to universal truth, universal conclusion.
We also talked about different religions, but we tried to take the position of a defender of, say, Judaism, Islam, various Eastern, Hinduism, various worldviews.
Probably the existence of soul, I'm not totally convinced about it, but I'll look into the arguments because that really is something that I had questions about. And the reason why I believed in the soul before was because I believed in the authority of the Bible, but then there were other evidences for the existence of the soul. So I'm definitely going to look into that.
When you try to defend a worldview that's not your own, it helps you understand that worldview and also answer the questions that the person from that worldview might have for a Christian. So it was a good exercise.
If you ask big, deep questions, sometimes you can find some big, deep answers. So watch out.
I would love to come back. It's a great time, great experience, great people. You won't forget it.
I would come on another retreat, and I would suggest it to a friend. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
You know, we've been here for a day and a half, but we packed so much into this day and a half. So I wish I could have all my roommates here and a lot of people from the campus be here to experience this. It was really a great retreat.
I would recommend this to a lot of people, especially those who are intellectually minded.
I would definitely come on a retreat like this again.
I'm kind of sad it's ending, actually. I hope we can have another one soon.
It was a good, comfortable atmosphere. We're out here in the woods, no bears so far. And so it's been a really good environment to kind of struggle with those apologetic questions.
I'm excited to see what the next one's going to be like, you know, because these always build one year after the other, and I'm pretty stoked that I was able to get into one of the first ones. But yeah, I'm ready for round 2, round 3, round 4. What's up?
High five. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Ready, Set, Question, a place dedicated to building faith one question at a time. And here's the cool thing about being a Christian. We have a confident hope that's been reasonably investigated that gets stronger when tested. And that spells Christ. So if you'd like to continue to see videos like this and to see me continue doing the work that I'm doing, please thumbs up this video, subscribe, and check out ReadySetQuestion.com. All right, thank you, much love and Godspeed.